Keep dripping it in there. Now, once I've done this, I like to use a tissue and just rub off the excess. So you just let it run down like so. Low levels, just put a little line. There we go, see. What we'll do here. Underneath as well. Underneath as well. Alright. I'll just dab off the excess and we'll come back and we'll do the next bit. Hey guys, just next step here, if we can focus. It's all of a sudden a bit sunny in here. How I got that effect on the roof. Generally the centre part of the roof's always got a bit grubby, and that would have been the last thing to ever be cleaned, and then they get wet and in the rain and the weather and you get streaks. So I just used the accent line colour again and just daubed little drips along the centre, dabbed it with a tissue, and then actually just dragged it down randomly on both sides of the roof. So just dab, 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 and then wipe, wipe, and that way you get the streaking. Sorry, focus phone, yeah, and then you get that streaking effect. Right, roof's not totally finished, but just thought I'd explain how I do my some of the effects on my roofs of my rolling stock. Okay, alright, so the black wash is dried, so next thing, oh, sorry, the light is not fantastic in here, but yeah, so the grime is random, and I think it looks rather okay, rather good. Alright, so now we're going to be using, I'm going to use this Atelier acrylic paint, which is a dark tan, randomly over the wheel sets and at the chassis and on the lower section of the box to represent grime and dirt, which splashes up from the tracks and the dirty ballast, etc. Alright, so for this I'm just going to use a cotton bud, and we're just going to just randomly dab some on, like so. This is actually the first time I'm using this particular colour. So, alright. Sorry, it's hard to film and hold the camera. Alright. I'm going to have to pause this and I'll wipe the excess off and I'll show you what the effect looks like. Okay, so I've got it on, tried to get the worst off it with the wet brush. Now I've got a dry brush and I'm just working it in random basis. As you can see, sorry. Alright. So I'll try dabbing a bit more off, and then I'm going to add some of this oiled earth around the wheel sets. Hey guys, welcome back to the very last bit of this video. Hopefully it hasn't been too long, but this is the finished product. So at the beginning you would have seen, I would have put up a picture of this wagon in a red, and tell me if you think this is a good job or if this is any better. I think it looks fantastic. Not bad for hand brushing, no spray whatsoever. I just decided to go lightly weathered on the roof, and on the bogies, and you can see I just doing that mud and dirt along the bottom took a bit to do. There was a fair bit of brushing on and wiping off, and using brushes and cotton buds, but that's what you do. You just sort of dab on, dab off till you get the look you like, and get it applied how you like. Paintbrushes tend to make things too uniform or leave brush strokes, so the final effect was actually done with the cotton bud. Alright guys, just want to encourage you to have a go. I live in New Zealand, so I don't have access to all the amazing O-gauge kits and ready to run gear that in the hobby shop, so I have to order, pay GST, goods and services tax here in New Zealand, and often about $80 to $100 postage. So so I tend to I model in a particular era, but it is loose. Some of the wagons would have been retired at the time, but I kind of use what I've got. I use a bit of modeller's license. Like this wooden van probably would never have been painted in BR blue, but it's the great thing about this hobby. Let's have a go, and I use what I can get my hands on at a reasonable price, and I have fun and build a layout that I'm pretty proud of. Thanks for watching. As always, take care for now.